together, guys, because we are clearly behind. Okay? We will move forward. So we got a couple of topics to cover. One of those being that I want to talk a little bit about this case right now of a gentleman, 19-year-old young gentleman out of Oklahoma by the name of Noah. And I think his last name is Presgrove. That's how you say it. So shout out to Chico who brought this to my attention. Let's go. And initially, I think it was this article, but there were several articles that other people were sending to me. Now, this happened in 2023, and some of this is just off. Okay, somebody did something clearly to this young gentleman, and we got to talk about it. So, Lord have mercy, why are these ads going crazy? I am not interested about any global thing. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. And I know Sequences is going to choke me for saying get something for that, get an ad blocker. Okay. Oklahoma teen Noah Presgrove found dead on highway next to his teeth was so badly beaten that the mourners at his open caskets were shocked by his injuries. So 19-year-old young kid, okay? I'm gonna say kid because he's young. Was 19, found dead in a desolate highway on September 4th. Hours earlier, he was at a 4-day party with friends at a house a mile away. And the mystery is just surrounding this case, okay? We have a teenager that was found dead on the side of the highway with his teeth knocked out his mouth, was so badly beaten, okay? And I mean, was he like jumped in? Was this a gang? What happened exactly to this young man? That is the question. So when he was found, he was only wearing his shoes. When his body was discovered on that desolate stretch road of US 81 near this Oklahoma road on September 4th, he was last seen alive at about a mile away at a 4-day, 22nd birthday party with friends over the Labor Day weekend that was heavily documented on social media. Now, I don't know. Look at this young man. What happened here? A friend who wasn't at the party questioned one of the teenagers in the weeks that followed about what happened to cause his facial injuries. So there's a lot of footage out there of him. You do have to kind of wonder, he's not wearing a shirt. What happened? I mean, he's getting slapped. What's going on? It was with one of those, one of those shoes wasn't his. I haven't even gotten to that part. Thank you, Chico. And we have some text messages. A friend who wasn't at the party questioned one of the teenagers in the weeks that followed about what happened to cause his facial injuries. Bro, everyone that saw Noah at the viewing, including me, saw his face was beat up bad. Bro, I know what a beat up face looks like. Definitely not just me saying that. Everyone that saw him said that looks like he got beat up by 5 dudes. Did they jump him? What happened? What did they do? Let's go into some pictures. Let's see. Young man. Okay. Starting out live. He was last seen alive at a 22nd birthday party with friends over the Labor Day weekend that was heavily documented on social media. So the house party was here, and then he was found kind of like maybe up the road on the same road of well, no, I wouldn't say the same road of the house party, but in that area. Who found him? When was he reported? Look at this. Comforting photos of police chalk outlines show where his body, marked by the white lines, and at least one of his teeth, marked by the circle, were found. Huh. And let me see. I'm going to remove this. I'm not on camera. And I don't know. I think I'm just having Wi-Fi issues. I'm just going to remove myself. Whoa. So the white line chalk circles are where basically his teeth were found? you know what, Past Nola? It's kind of giving that. You guys remember Stephen Smith, the whole Murdoch? I mean, and I'm not saying that Murdoch had something to do with it. Of course, it's always been up for speculation, but people have kind of pointed this out. Look at this. You can see the blood stain there. So what happened? That weekend, they were drunkenly celebrating the end of the summer with a ranging party at the birthday girl's home. Another concerning photo appears to show a teenager holding a rifle with Presgrove's visible in the foreground. This is why is he holding a rifle? I mean, wow. So, posed with his friend on Sunday night of the party hours before his death. It's not like they were doing some underage drinking. He said, Rabbi, that's the only blood stain in the road. You know what? And now, family complained his friends all claimed to have no idea what happened to him and how he ended up dead by the roadside just hours later. Yeah, so he was, I mean, if you want to call it that, right? Like, was he really half dressed? And then he's not even, one of the shoes is not his? And that's the only blood stain in the road? So, where did he die? And his fingers were shredded? Oh my God. Somebody did something. Somebody knows something. How does this happen? Uh, somebody said, the longer you keep the truth inside, the guiltier you become. You could aid in getting justice for Noah, his sister Madison said. What happened to this young man? I mean, like, his whole future ahead of him. So anyways, Banfield did an interview with the family. We're going to review that here, and then we're going to move on to our next topic. Sorry, guys. I got thrown off because of the damn internet. Hopefully, we'll get back on track, and we can be on camera.
Made it home from that party. On Labor Day, September 4th, he was found dead less than a mile away on the side of a rural highway. He was naked except for his shoes, and to this day, nobody knows what happened to him. I should say that Noah's family doesn't know. And if police know, they are doing a great job of hiding it. The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation declared his death suspicious, but they've released almost no other details. Same with the Highway Patrol. The funeral home did give Noah's family a preliminary death certificate and listed the cause of death as blunt force trauma, but that's not official, and it's not confirmed either. And it's now been 7 agonizing months. I'm joined now by Noah's sister.
Wait, now why is it taking that long? What is going on? Hey, Petty, how you doing, love? I haven't seen you in a minute. I'm fixed. F you, Xenu, and Illuminati, and whoever, and the Kardashians that are trying to come after me. I'm trying to figure out 7 months? Y'all, did you hear that? Yeah, especially if his teeth and fingers were bloodied, and missing teeth alone can cause serious bleeding. So it's not making sense at all. Have they released the autopsy? Do we have a toxicology? What's going on?
His cousin and his aunt, Madison Rawlings, Ashley Chadwick, and Robin Smith. Thank you to all 3 of you for being on the program tonight. And may I just say, I am so incredibly sorry for what your family is going through. I cannot imagine just how traumatic it is and how stressful it is while you're trying to grieve. So I'm very appreciative you came on the program tonight. Madison, can I begin with you? These last 7 months, what are the authorities telling you when you ask them for answers?
Really, all we get is we're working on it. It's a small community. We don't want it out. We don't want any of our leads to get messed up, or we just keep it quiet for now. It's pretty quiet on our end and on the officers' ends as far as we know.
What? Get the fuck out of here. The officer said we don't want it to get out. Like, what is it with these? This has to be a really small town. What is it with these small towns? What is going on? Blunt force trauma has to be homicide, Jojo, right? There's no more to it. There has to be, yeah. Like JoJo, let them silence you. Somebody kills your brother, your sister, your whatever, family relative, and then law enforcement says, oh, we don't want it to get out. And the death is blunt force trauma. Get out of here with that.
But is there no victim's advocate who's like working with you and at least helpful to you to guide you through this process?
And no, ma'am, we have not been assigned a victim advocate at all.
No.
Are you upset with the authorities in how they've treated you? And do you feel that they really are continuing this investigation and that they're keeping things close to their vests for good reason?
No.
I want to believe that in my heart. I want to understand that they are doing their job and that I just need to trust the process, and they do this more than me ever. And so I think there's that hopefulness that as long as I believe, they believe, and everything's going to figure itself out. But I think as time continues on and we see nothing month after month after month, that when that hope dies, what comes next? And if I'm not proactive now, well, then did I miss my opportunity to get some more help?
Yeah, I mean, it's time is ticking, and this is a good point. I just need someone to tell me how this is logical or logically a hit and run with literally one drop of blood on the road. Drag marks, other, I don't know, body matter parts and stuff like that. But when they tell families to keep this shit quiet, they're covering Tina, you read my mind there. They're covering somebody knows something. This young man just starting his life at 19. You know, Carrie, and I would agree with you on that, but then this is when small towns have to reach out to other towns, to other people. I mean, don't we pay our taxes so that law enforcement can collaborate with other ones? We just had that Kansas case, right? I'm sorry. Yeah, the Kansas moms. 5 people were caught. That was like a multi-state situation. They reached out to other people, small town. I think it's even in the same area because it's the same, what is it, OSBI investigative team. I completely get the part where they said we just don't have the resources. Then get the resources. Reach out to other people. Or this is what you got to do. Families have to go to news sources, social media to bring attention to some of this stuff because they're just going to sit there and allow time to go by while somebody killed this young man. And I'm going to say kill because let me tell you, you don't blunt force trauma yourself. He didn't suicide himself. Okay.
Ashley, let me ask you about the same question in terms of asking for regular updates, not getting any. What actually do they say? Like, what sort of verbiage do they use to try to assuage your concerns, your understandable concerns?
As far as assuaging our views on what is being done, there's nothing. We're working on it, and that's it. That's pretty much it. That's what they leave it at. There's no elaboration, nothing. So that's what we're going off of. And there's feelings of frustration, sometimes, and aggravation, and that's kind of where we're at. I mean, a lot of us go through the process of grieving, where we were sad, and some are going through the process of being angry.
So, Robin, the preliminary death certificate that mentions the blunt force trauma, that's from the funeral processing, but not from the authorities. Why did they even give that to you? For what purpose would they have done that, but not for you to just be more frustrated that you can't get the final answer?
Well, in Oklahoma, the preliminary death certificate does come from the state. It's just not complete. It's not signed off on by the state. And it won't be until the investigation is finished and the official cause of death is listed.
So, okay, I guess I'm confused. They haven't listed an official cause of death. And then Nona Boss says, I would be looking into if any of other teens, who attended parties and connected to law enforcement or local government. You're right. Petty says, if he was found undressed, wouldn't there be a fingerprints from the one who undressed him or DNA, something? Shoes, not his shoes, or who? Yeah, like somebody saw something. Somebody left something. Like, come on now. Was the blood even his or was it the dump site? That's a great question. Was it his blood? Because I know Chico said it was just one blood drop or at least one blood area, but do we know that that's his or somebody else's? But that's crazy to me. Hey, mommers. Texas Tornado says, I grew up nearby, have family in this area, tight community, and everybody knows everybody. My feeling is that these kids are trying to hide something, and they will come out eventually. I hope so. I hope so. Truly. Yeah, someone needs to make it make sense, and I'll shut the hell up. But I don't think this was an accident at all. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. They may have been car surfing, but it doesn't answer the no blood situation. It's almost like they could have dragged him. I mean, they could have done that. They're trying to sweep it under the rug. Somebody doesn't want their baby's life to be destroyed. Tina, you're thinking as one of those that attended the party. I would think so too. So they're keeping it hush hush, you guys.
Are you, I mean, I'm imagining you're as frustrated as anyone else, in the family, but do you make regular attempts to call the medical examiner and ask for cause of death, manner of death, any of the above, any information at all, Robin?
There's been multiple attempts to reach out to the ME. They've told us that it's pending investigation. They cannot release a report until investigation is done.
Wow.
We're just looking at pictures of Noah. He's
7 months.
a lovely looking kid. It's such a tragedy. Madison, these friends at the party, it seemed like a raging party. And, they do what lots of teenagers do. They mess around, they slap each other. But in one picture, we noticed that there was a teenager holding a long gun. Is there any suspicion at all? Is anyone addressing that? And are these party goers helping you and telling you what they know?
As far as telling us what they know, whenever everything first happened, everyone had their own rumor. They had their own opportunities to come talk to the family, and a few did come to the house and chat with us. But since then, it's been pretty quiet. No one speaks to anybody really. And I think as far as the gun, it was brought up to the investigators and stuff. But since there was no indication of him being shot that we know of, I don't think that they really looked into it that far.
Ooh, have they
Did
said?
the kids have at least stories that corroborated each other? Meaning, did it feel as though they were telling you the truth about everything they knew?
No, ma'am. We did not get told the same story by any children.
Bingo.
And
There you
sometimes
go.
we got told different stories.
They got told different stories. We already know. Yeah, you're on the money on that one. It definitely reeks like Murdoch, like somebody's trying to protect, like who is it? Tina, who says someone's trying to protect their child in this. It's giving Gilbert. Ooh, it's giving vibes. Something is going on. I don't find this to be a coincidence, you guys. I don't. I'm surprised nobody's jumped in more to look into this a little bit more.
Stories by the same kid. So he would come and tell us one story, and then a few days later we'd get a completely different story.
And did the police know about this? Were they all questioned by the police? Did they all give statements?
Not that we're aware.
No, they were questioned by the police on the second or third day. They haven't been questioned since. There was inconsistency.
Have you been able to tell the police? Sorry to interrupt. Have you been able to tell the police that you've been getting different stories?
Yes.
Well, at least they know that. I mean, that's something. Robin, as Noah's aunt, what would you like everybody watching to know about your nephew?
He was ferocious in life. He embraced it. He didn't hold grudges. He loved life. He had fun. He didn't let anything get to him. He just was so forgiving. He was just such a sweet kid. He was so fearless. He would just be standing there and do a flip in front of you straight off the ground.
Wow.
He was just such a good kid. He had such a good outlook on life. He had so much going for him, and he was a light.
I just don't know who would do this. You know what I'm saying? Checkmate says, I live in Kansas City, Missouri, and there's a lot of violent deaths, homicides, and murders happening. Many cases are not talked about. It becomes the norm. Wow. There's definitely something going on. Someone's connected to someone's important. Is that go to the AG or the DOJ now? Somebody, but that's what they should have done. Honestly, like, I hate to put it this way and put the ownership on any family, but when there's a cover up like this in such a small town, you have to kind of go to social media. I don't know. Hopefully, this will pick up more and it'll allow them to bring more attention to it for sure.
And he was going to serve in the military as well. Ashley, do you want to add to that?
Wow.
Yes. Noah he was a lot of fun, and he was goofy. He was silly. He just had that personality that people gravitated to. And that's why he did have such a big friend base, and people that stuck with him for a long time as a friend. And as for what the world to remember him, he would give the shirt off his back. He was willing to help. He's helped people in the family do things, Haiti work. He he was amazing, and he was as big of a heart that he was even bigger on forgiveness. So he was just great.
And shout out to Ikamel, because I saw that he covered it earlier today. Shout out to him. So that'll bring some more attention to this. Oh, I also have another video. I want to be able to find all the party videos at this point.
One of my teammates just said, may we all be as ferocious in life as Noah. We'll stay on this, and you stay in touch with us and let us know what's happening in this investigation. But I suspect you should be getting answers sooner rather than later. That's been far too long. Thank you to all three of you, Madison Rawlings, Ashley Chadwick, and Robin Smith. And our
That has been far too long. Hold up. Let me show you guys a short that Banfield also did, and this was 2 days ago.
Caved in. Some of his teeth were missing and scattered where he was found. His nose and his cheeks appeared broken. His body seemed beaten and swollen. His fingertips were torn up. There was gravel under his nails. There was road rash on his hip and gravel rash on his shoulder. Joseph Scott Morgan, what does that tell you?
This large injury that Noah sustained to the back of his head is interesting to me, because that is likely a point of impact, perhaps. Now, that impact can arise from any number of things: falling from a moving vehicle as a pedestrian, maybe being pushed out. It could also arise from an attack that preceded being left on the side of the road. The road rash itself that they're talking about, that almost sounds like a dragging
That's
event,
what it
Ash,
sounds
and
like.
you'll get these kind of striated abrasions that come along with that. It's very distinctive.
The back of his head was caved in. Some of his teeth were.
Ooh. All right. Let me see. It's obvious dragging. Rabbit, during one of the videos they wrote, yeah, I saw the pictures of them writing on his body, and as they found when they found his body, no writing was on him. Why? You mean to tell me they took the time to clean his body before? You think they drugged him? That's what it sounds like to me. That's what it sounds like to me. Hoo-wee, hold up, y'all. Let me see. And you would think, I'm not seeing any of the videos, guys. Like, you would think that these party videos would have been out there. Hold up, let me see. Party video. Hold up. Did I find one? Nope. Noah's party no, that's not it. That can't be it. Yeah, there has not been a lot of coverage on this on social media. Okay, let me see what you guys are saying. Shout out to everybody. A psych medium did a reading after the day. Phone history tells all. They gotta check the history. You do meet a lot of frenemies when you are young. It seems very personal. They beat the shit out of him. Are you kidding me? Young? I'm without words. I mean, I don't know. So a teenager has his skull caved in, fingers torn up, teeth knocked out before he died of internal bleeding on roadside hours after vanishing from a party. And then they had all this party footage everywhere. Right? Noah, 19, was wearing only his shoes when his body was discovered on a desolate stretch road on US 81. Yeah. He said, but if there wasn't a car left, they don't find any evidence if they don't check all the friends' cars. Right? This is another sad one. You think it's personal? It didn't recently break. Chrissy, this case happened in September, and so then law enforcement, yeah, like last year, 7 months. And then one of the shoes was with the other. Okay, one shoe was his and the other one wasn't. Thank you. I don't know, it's not making sense, and there isn't a whole lot out there, and this happened 7 months ago, and they're still waiting for more information. It sounds very personal. That's what it sounds like. You think fingers being in the condition seems consistent with trying to escape from a car or a window? Absolutely, pure evil. Yeah, there's videos out there. Somebody knows something. There has to be more videos out there, though. For all we know, Sylvia, he could have been tortured. That's what it sounds like to me. You said, so is car surfing like standing on the roof of a moving car? Hold up. I don't want to give y'all the wrong definition. It's like, what is it? It's a challenge, isn't it? It yeah. Like you're standing, I thought it was a sunroof. I didn't know, Lord, they actually stand on top of the car. I thought it was a sunroof. So you said somebody was jealous? Well, I'll show you. If you guys have heard, this is what it looks like. I thought they stood in the sunroof. Like, you don't physically stand on top of the car. That's what it is? Hold up.
This guy is putting his life at risk. It's called car surfing, hanging onto a vehicle as it speeds down a roadway. The stunts are posted online and the videos are wildly popular, but one slip could lead to disaster.
Huh.
Why do you do this? It's nuts.
Ooh.
Adrenaline.
This video shows 19-year-old college student Dean Zebian with a bunch of friends car surfing.
No dying. That's the #1 rule.
Somebody from the car yelled out, no dying, that's the #1 rule.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds like a rational thing to say.
Definitely irrational and it's a very irresponsible thing. I don't recommend anyone to do it.
For good reason.
That is crazy. Did they catch this on video? So if he was car surfing, let's just say that that's what it was, and he got knocked out or whatever, he was drinking, car surfing. How fast were they going? Now I'm kind of wondering, whose car was it? Did they help him? Clearly, they just left him dead on the side of the road. You said it does sound a little bit personal, right?
You could get seriously hurt. Ever have any close calls, like an overpass or anything crazy?
When you're taking sharp turns, I've almost, just came off the car. You got to really hold yourself on here.
Student Dakota Rebel almost died when she slipped off a car as it was moving around her high school parking lot.
That's crazy.
Surveillance video shows her falling off.
911, where's your emergency? A girl fell off a car and she's bleeding. I was like, how am I still alive? It looked bad.
Oh my God.
Live or die.
Her mom couldn't believe what happened.
I didn't know exactly all the details until I saw the video, and I was completely shocked.
We're lifting the test dummy.
Listen, no. Perry, welcome. Thank you for renewing your membership. Shout out to you. Thank you for being part of the fluff hole. Shout out to you. You said naked. Okay, now, oh my God. But see, I don't know if it's consistent. Like what the injuries that they're saying, is it consistent with what would have happened to this young man? The other stuff sounds more personal, especially like he's naked. He only has his shoes, and one of the shoes doesn't even belong to him. You said it reminds you of not another teen movie, of a movie, Teen Wolf, not another teen movie. That's also a movie, but Teen Wolf. That's too much. Okay, guys. That's what I'm asking. DNA of the shoes. What's up with that? What's going on with that? Two different. I don't get the two different shoes. It's not consistent with what would have happened to this young man. Okay, that sounds personal to that's what it sounds like. All right, guys. Whoa.
Feel yourself thrive.
Where's that at? Here it is. Sorry, y'all. Okay, we got to move on. First of all, we got to keep bringing attention to the story of Noah for sure. Let's continue to talk about it. Let's see what develops. I kind of want to go into social media. It's the first time touching it. I want to go to the social media and see like what the party videos look like. Do a little bit more kind of in depth. I don't know. It just doesn't sit well with me. And I truly hope that they get more information, and maybe bringing it to social media is going to definitely, well, Chrissy, I hope that it brings like a little bit of heat to law enforcement now that they've gone at least to some bigger platforms, just my thought. We need to move on to Harvey Weinstein. I think that was a story, the news that broke today. Now, I don't know. I was listening to a couple of other streams, and I think shout out to Popcorn Planet because they had an attorney there, and he kind of explained kind of the overturning of conviction. You got these Hollywood folks that are like saying, this is such an injustice. Where does this land? How does this overturning happen? I don't know. Like, it feels a little bit like now the victims that were victimized, right, are going to have to retell or do this all over again. This was not, Christina, this was not news I was expecting today, right? Like, I don't think anybody was expecting this news. I sure, for one, wasn't. So here we have Harvey Weinstein rape conviction overturned by New York appeals court. Actress Ashley Judd, who previously came forward with allegations against Weinstein, called the latest ruling an act of institutional betrayal. A New York appeals court overturned Weinstein's 2020 rape convictions Thursday, ordering a new trial in a stunning reversal of a landmark #MeToo case. In a 4-3 decision, 4-3, the appeals court found that Weinstein's trial judge allowed prosecutors to call a woman who said Weinstein had assaulted them to testify, even though their accusations did not specifically relate to the entertainment mogul's charges. Weinstein was sentenced to 23 years in prison after being convicted in February of 2020 of forcing oral sex on TV and film producer assistant Mimi Haley in 2006, and third-degree rape of a hairstylist Jessica Mann in 2013. You thought Weinstein was dead? Well, I was like, we didn't hear no more news from Weinstein. Honestly, like, what was news with Weinstein at this point? It is a betrayal? You think so? But I'm biased. No, let me know what you guys think in the comments, because this truly was news. It just surprised us all. I mean, for me at least. Shout out to you, Maria. Shout out to you. You said, I thought he was still, well, Jojo, it's not like they released him from jail, but he is, because he still has the California conviction. But this one, like, what does this mean now? So it's overturned. So then now what? Weinstein was sentenced to 23 years in prison after being convicted. So we read that part. He was acquitted of first-degree rape and 2 counts of predatory sexual assault from actor Annabelle. Allegations of rape, and I don't know how to say her last name, so I'm not even going to try. Allegations of rape in the 1990s. He has denied ever engaging in non-consensual sex. Not based off of what people have said. Cricket says, FYI, this is only New York. Thank you. Headed to serve CA years. Yeah, California. So it might have been overturned in New York, but he's still got Cali time, right? That's what he does. You think it's absolutely horrible and disgusting that they would let him go? Shout out to you, and thank you for dropping down and letting me know what your thoughts are. Epstein is dead. That's who you might be thinking about. See, yeah, Kitty Coo, I was like, yeah, Epstein is the one that allegedly, although I don't necessarily believe it, killed himself. I don't know. Sounds kind of weird. He said he's still in jail. He will get convicted in California. So there's time for New York to retry. Yeah, I mean they can retry him. But you know what sucks is that for all those victims to have to tell their story and they have to go through this process again. You think he'll be, shout out to Jam Jam, who's been a member for 2 months, says he will be convicted again, in my opinion. Shout out to you. Weinstein is not Epstein. Weinstein, Epstein, same Steen at the end of the name, right? Stein, Weinstein, Epstein, Stein. I could see where people would think they're the same. Yeah, I just think it's really sad that they're going to make the victims go through it again. Yes. I would agree with you on that. Hey, Mary Lee, welcome. He still has 16 years to do. I mean, how old is he now? Look at it. Somebody said justice was served. I believe this decision is larger than Harvey Weinstein. Donna, Weinstein's defense attorney, told Fox News in a statement, courts cannot operate on emotion and lack of due process. The world is off balance, and when the justice system doesn't work, nothing does. This decision restores faith in the foundation of our system. I mean, that's such a defense attorney thing to say, right? Or is it just me? He's 77. 16 more years. If he gets to serve additional 16, what's that? 7. Somebody do the math. I don't know. I can't do quick math. 77 plus 16. And I mean, who knows? He's 72. I don't know. Perry, thank you so much for being a member for 12 months. Shout out to you. Thank you for supporting my channel. Thank you, love. And renewing. Thank you. He isn't looking good. I don't think he's going to survive the next, I don't know, pandemic. And I'm being honest with you. Like, look at him. Life hasn't been good. I mean, but then again, this is the same man that lived very good and victimized many people, in my opinion. Okay? He'll be 93. It's not enough. No, the justice system does not work. Absolutely. I mean, we may want it to work, but it just doesn't work, right? Tinkle Tits, thank you again for being a member for 14 months. I don't think I shouted you out. He would be 88 with Cali time or 93? Yeah, okay, 88 or 93. Listen, I don't think he'll survive the next pandemic. I'm just being honest. You say he's got cockroach energy. He will outlive us all. Thank you, Colleen. Shout out to Colleen. She put the math in the chat. She says 77 plus 16 equals 93. Wow. He'll be 93. That's Weinstein. It's a lot. It is a slap in the face, but that's what the attorney said. Ashley Judd, the first actress to come forward with allegations against Weinstein, and let me tell you, I believe Ashley Judd for sure. Shout out to her. Reacted to the appeals court decision during a press conference Thursday. She says, I went on the record telling my story because when survivors tell their stories, they're exercising a power form of leadership that sparked others to join in share action. That catalyzes change. Today is an act of institutional betrayal, Judd explained, and our institutions betrayed survivors of male sexual violence. And we need to work within and without the systems to start having what is known as institutional courage. I stand shoulder to shoulder with women who have bloody needs because male sexual violence may knock us down. But we get right back up, and together we're in the struggle for freedom from male entitlement to our bodies. Weinstein, a former film producer, was known for his influential career in Hollywood. So, one of the things I wanted to know, speaking of influential career, what's his connection to Ben Affleck and Matt Damon? Did they work together, right? Isn't that Good Will Hunting? That was one of the films that they worked on, because I remember, and Rose McGowan too, Shout out to Rose McGowan. I remember when this came out and there was some controversy about this. Gwyneth Paltrow, why are they coming to my mind right now? You guys remember, was it Ben Affleck? Somebody didn't speak out or there was controversy there. I'm going to have to look back on that. But something happened in that situation with Weinstein. I think there's a connection with either Matt Damon or Ben Affleck or both. Thank you. Great. That's why is that in my head? So, and then their first film was Good Will Hunting. So Weinstein financed Good Will Hunting. Kraken, thank you. I mean, listen. Weinstein financed a lot of shit in Hollywood, okay? A lot of these movies. Why don't we pull it up? Because now I'm just kind of curious. I think it was Goodwill, and that was the movie that got them the big Oscar. That got them their thing. Financed by was directed by Gus Van Sant and written by Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. But who financed it? Miramax Films? Hold up. Hold up, y'all. Now I'm looking at this Harvey Weinstein. This is like, let's see. Now I'm kind of curious to know this. See, yeah. So, because even Minnie Driver, if you guys remember, hold up, she I think she made allegations against him too at some point, and they didn't believe or something like that. If you guys remember, Weinstein was verbally inappropriate with Gwyneth, yeah, but she had other actors to back off. That's right. Miramax produced movies for everybody, and nobody had spoke out. Ben and Matt own their own production company. They wrote the screenplay. See, now it's all coming. Y'all, like this is you sort of remember this is kind of like my generation. Like I used to watch a lot of movies back in the I don't watch a lot of movies anymore, but I used to. And this was one of them. And I remember this was like one of my favorite movies. Rosemary J, thank you so much for the 199. Shout out to you, love. Thank you, thank you. Probably went to makeup department first. Lived a life. Yes. And they look Brad Pitt, Gwyneth Paltrow's boyfriend. So Brad Pitt told Weinstein to back off? Miramax is Weinstein Brothers. So Miramax financed Good Will Hunting? I mean, listen, this is like way above my head. But I'm pretty sure if I remember, and this article is from 2022, Minnie Driver recounts Good Will Hunting casting incident with Harvey Weinstein. This man, like, did the most. So basically discuss how the executive producer, Harvey Weinstein, felt she was not hot enough for the role of Skylar in Good Will Hunting. Driver previously talked about the incident with Andy Cohen during 2016 episode of Bravo's Watch What Happens Live. Driver was cast in the film, earned an Academy Award nomination. So she's now 52. This was in 2022, by the way, and stated that Weinstein sent a note to Good Will Hunting casting director expressing concern over the 26-year-old actress' appearance. She also mentioned that a separate producer echoed the sentiment and didn't think she was a suitable part based on her looks. Driver was thankful to co-stars Ben and Matt and director Gus Van Sant for advocating for her participation in the film. God damn. So she says, I was not pretty enough. Or excuse me, I was not super pretty. The idea that was the currency I was then meant to pursue, and I was meant to try and find ways of making myself prettier. I thank God that I didn't do a ton of stuff and that I could have then gone and done. Ooh, it could have been way more damaging than it was. And I had such a lovely family going. Fuck that. You're gorgeous on all these levels. And if one person doesn't think that you're pretty enough, fuck it, said Driver. See, and like shit like that could really, I mean, a producer says you're not pretty enough. Like, come on now. It is crazy. But that man victimized so many people. Like, just that verbalness of, you're not pretty enough, you're not this, or you're not that. I mean, that's Hollywood though, you know? She, I thought she dated Matt. Minnie Driver dated Matt. They had like a huge breakup, right? You said, Rabbit, while there's no such thing as a perfect victim, it appears there was a perfect perpetrator because the most vulnerable, the victims, continue to be re-victimized. I wrote this quote. Well, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. Thank you. I couldn't agree with you more. Bigwigs have done the same. Hitchcock was a complete tool. Oof. I wouldn't even want to know what's up with Hitchcock. I'm just saying. Ugh. Anyways. Oh, and it was true about Brad. Mm. And then Weinstein also pulled Goodwill Hunting early from theaters in order to screw over Robin Williams. Now, I heard about that one too. It was their first film, and they wrote it. It was a huge one, but I don't know. Like, people are, I don't know. Listen, mm, it's crazy to me how these Hollywood people work and the folks and everything. But I want to talk about, we got to move on, and this is our last part, and I got to talk. And I know I have to go back and edit this video because we were having so many technical difficulties. I want to talk about BJ, that surprise witness TV. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Listen, Kim Porter, for those that don't know who Kim Porter is, she was P. Diddy's partner. Okay, they had two daughters, two twin daughters. They had some other children. I believe one of them was adopted. You know, there's that whole situation. Okay, BJ ordered the autopsy report from that surprise. Now, I'm going to show you guys the channel for those that don't know. I'm pretty sure everybody knows who she is, but just in case. And oh my God, she did the damn thing. She did the damn thing. This video right here. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This is a crazy ass video. Okay.
I got Kim Porter's autopsy report, and we need to talk about some discrepancies.
For the longest time, Kim Porter's autopsy has been reported as like the lady died of pneumonia. She had been sick for a couple weeks. You know, she had gone to the doctor, and what was reported out to the media doesn't match what's in the damn autopsy report. Okay. Now, I'm not a doctor. I can't. I'm gonna recommend everybody, all 300 of you, to go watch this video, because this, I think, what is, first of all, what is so disturbing is the allegations. But what is even more disturbing, in my opinion, is the fact that now I'm going to speak for myself. I have literally consumed every piece of thing that this news, press, social media has given me, as if it's like the thing to consume. And to have YouTubers, people go on social media and really order reports, do the extra mile, do the research like BJ, and really pull things together, it really tells me that we are living in the society where we're just, if TikTok said it, it must be true. If YouTube said it, it must be true. If MSNBC said it, ABC, what's another one? BET, if they said it, it must be true. And so we're thinking that this is the way this woman really died. No, there's more to this. Yeah. She had 4 different kinds of bacteria in her bloodstream. Thank you. I can't even explain it. Like, BJ literally brought the receipts, the autopsy report. And the doctor that had done the autopsy report, then he dies too. Somebody should look into his death. Mm-hmm. But see, here's the deal, Sherilyn. Like, Cheryl Ray, here's the deal with that, okay? She died, what, like 5 or 6 years ago? Let me see. When did she die? Kim Porter. I want to be exact. She died in 2018. She didn't die that long ago. For us to be like so off base about this, see, neuropsych, that's what I want to understand. Like, I really hope that a doctor watches BJ's video and goes on live with her and explains it, because that would be awesome to see that. It just seems off, you guys. Something's not right about that. And I can't even explain it. I recommend everybody go watch that video and let me know your thoughts. And literally, BJ broke that. And by the way, congratulations to BJ. You guys go support her. She hit her 100K on her channel. Working her ass off, doing the damn thing. That's what she does. Shout out to her. Yeah, one of the bacterias was fecal matter. That's not pneumonia. But hey, what do I know? What do I know about that? I mean, I'm not a doctor. Why isn't anybody more talking about this? Why hasn't other people, law and crime, somebody, can you guys pick this up? Did you see that somebody actually did the work? Can you guys hire one of your forensic folks that, yeah, y'all got that money? Bring it on. Please do it. Dissect the report. Because we literally have been fed that she died in one way. And let me tell you, Diddy's connections to influence the media, they're deep. Okay, don't forget that he was head and CEO of whatever revolt. Okay, more media out there. So, yeah, right? Like, who he could have paid people off. He could have, like, we don't know. We don't know. And then you had that one guy, was it Kris Jenner's significant other, Corey Gamble, who was there too. There were so many people that were there. Yeah, we're constantly fed all kinds of shit every day. All kinds of shit every day. Right, Jojo? Fecal matter would have been physically induced or introduced to her body. It's That's a Price Witness TV. Here you go. It's this one right here. Hold up, y'all. Let me share. You guys go. I'm a member. I support BJ. Let me copy this and drop it. She's always shouting us out. She just hit 100K. She's a phenomenal creator person. She's awesome, you guys. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm serious. I just dropped a link in the chat, and I know some of the mods are dropping it as well. That's really my reaction to that. We need more people to cover that. I don't know who else needs to talk about it, but y'all need to talk about it, because Kim Porter's thing is not making sense. Thank you, Pika. Yeah, this is the video. It's in there. 3 different bacterias. Nothing I've seen. That's crazy, right? What happened to her? Something's up with that. And she was being cared for at home, right? And not to mention, yeah, so she has That's a Price Witness TV, and then she also has BJ Investigates. And let me pull this out too. She just dropped content on Aaliyah as well. This is BJ Investigates. You guys make sure you go support this channel as well. This is her channel. She has 2 channels. One of them, I think in That's a Price Witness TV, she goes live. But in BJ Investigates, she does kind of more documentary type of videos. She's amazing. And she wasn't getting medical care. Exactly. So it's just not making sense. I can't explain it. I can't. I suggest you guys go watch the video. Go watch the video. Because that's it. Like, there needs to be more attention to it. I think that there's something more sinister to that's just my thought. We need to get maybe somebody with more experience, something. Just a thought. Anyways, guys, I apologize for the technical difficulties. It looks like we're doing fine now. I'm gonna go back and try to edit the video so that we remove when we were having issues with the internet, or at least put some timestamps to it and then kind of go from there. I have to go tend to baby bunny. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comments as you're watching some of this. What do you think? Especially the first case that we covered. I'm a little worried about that one. I think there's a lot of cover up going up over there at Noah's case. And then you have this whole Weinstein situation as well. And now I'm just like puzzled by the Kim Porter stuff. We need more people talking about it. I will see you guys on the next one. Thank you so much for those that came. Thank you. I'm going to be doing a morning live tomorrow, and it's a surprise morning live. So I will see you guys there. Okay. You guys have a great night. And shout out to everybody that supported while we were live. Thank you so much. Everybody, thank you. Oh my God. Sylvia, thank you for the $9.99. I'm sorry I didn't shout you out. I don't know. I didn't see it. Thank you so much, Sylvia, for the $9.99. Perry, thank you for becoming a member. And the $1.99 Rose, Jam, Kraken, Perry, Ro, Christina, Peg, thank you, Pippi, Persephone, Tinkle Tits Crafting, Emily, Chrissy, Jadine. Welcome to the membership. You guys are awesome. Thank you for supporting my channel. I'll see you guys on the next one. Hit the like button. Rabbits out. Bye, guys. Have a great night. Bye.